So let's break down what happened today at our union meeting. Lindsay decided to lie to the membership and say the person that is making these videos has not even reached out to her and that her phone is always on. I then stepped up to the microphone and said, "That is a lie. I called you a year and a half ago, and I came to a meeting in the local's office, in Lindsay's office, and you gaslit me." Then I brought up what has transpired in the union in the past week and a half. As far as I can tell, 4, possibly 5 Group 1 dispatchers were called by a member of our negotiating committee and steering committee and told, strong-armed is a better way to put it, I think, that they need to remove their names off of the books so that he can hire his wife. The administration decided to lie again and say that they knew nothing about this and that they would look into it. Now, I said that I was pretty sure they did know about it. I then gestured to all the members in the audience and I said most Group 1s that are working right now are aware of this situation. How do we have 9 paid employees of the local and they don't know about the situation that I referred to and the membership of the local does? Now, when you get up in front of that dais and there's 12 people up there that openly hate you, which at this point they do, they openly hate me because I jeopardize everything that they have going in this corrupt administration, and I'm calling them out on their indiscretions. It's very nerve-wracking. My adrenaline was flowing, and I was a bit emotional, I will say that. But I also called out the fact that during that meeting, this administration made the comment to me that 2 specific members should be thrown out of the local because they don't support this administration. Imagine that. Union leadership saying to another member that specific members that don't support them should be thrown out of the local. A union's job is to protect its membership, to not lose membership in slow times, and to protect at all costs the membership of the local. That's what Teamsters do. So today they were called out by me on their lies and their corruption. The funny part was multiple dispatchers, Group 1s, then stood up at the mic and said that they were the ones that were called in this situation. And then this administration admitted to knowing about this coordinator's indiscretions. So they just told me they didn't know about it, and then they openly told one of the dispatchers that they did know about it. So they lied to the membership again. This is corruption at its finest. They are professionals at it. So let's talk about the coordinator that did these actions. I sat down and worked out some numbers, and these were rough estimates. He's pulling retirement, Social Security, coordinator's pay. I gave him 2 rentals in this equation, and then his relatives' pay also. This coordinator is making about $37,000 a month. And he's been working nonstop this year. And then he has the balls to call members of our local that have been struggling and are deciding whether to pay their mortgage or their car payment and tell them to remove their name from the books. Now, he will say that he's familiar with this person, but I say, if you're a good leader of men and women, you should be open to working with anybody and training them to the way that you do business. Maybe you could show them some things. Maybe they can show you some things. But you don't dare to call a struggling member and tell them to remove their names, and didn't even offer them anything in return. He didn't say, "Give me your Venmo and I'll wire you $10,000. What the hell is going on? What do they get in return for removing their names? They don't get hours for their insurance. They don't get a 3-month-long paycheck. How dare this member? You, my friend, should be ashamed of yourself. Not the dispatchers that you called. There is no shame in what they did. You should be ashamed for your actions. Now, moving on from that scenario, and I want the coordinators to know, I'm not after you. I'm not after you guys. But if I see our members being harmed, I'm going to call it out. I think I would stand in front of a lion to protect our members. And if I have to take a risk for my own career, for the membership of this local, damn straight I will do it. So once again, I talked to another member today on the phone, and I said, you tell the coordinators I'm not after them. And I really haven't used any of their names. So if these things are relating and you feel like I'm speaking about you, then just don't break the rules. It's simple. I understand we have to do a job for the producers, and we have to stay in budget, and we have all these things that criteria we have to meet, but we don't have to do it and harm our fellow Teamsters in the process. We are Teamsters. That is the most amazing thing that most of us will do in our careers. Teamsters built America. We stood together. We took beatings from the Pinkertons. We stood in front of corporations and said, this is not fair, and we will not let our members be put through this. We need to do the same to our own members that are hurting us. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to stand together, because you know what? This is the best damn job I've ever had. The problem is that administration is corrupt. And you locations managers and you casting agents, you guys need to listen. This corruption will extend to your departments too. And I know that you Group 2s have just come in and you only have ever known this administration. But this administration is the worst that we've had in 25 years. They are corrupt. And then people feel like they could take advantage of the situation because of that fact. So there was a lot of fireworks today. There was a lot of lying done today by the administration. And then when they finally got called out on those lies in front of the membership, they had nothing to say. I took your meeting, and I will tell the membership about that meeting, and that you gaslit me, and that you threatened union membership for 2 good, upstanding union members because they didn't support you anymore. I used to support you. I don't anymore. These are the things that we are standing against. And next year, during the election, we need to remember the damage that this corrupt administration has caused to everybody in this local.